Why, good morning. Welcome to the Soul Sister channel on this Sunday, June the 29th. My name's Kat. I've got your astrological spiritual forecast and guidance going from today through Saturday, July the 5th. This week's video is entitled Words Have Wings. Now we have a very, very quiet, energetic week coming up. On Tuesday we have Canada Day, and then on Friday is the 4th of July, as well as Venus moves into Gemini and Neptune goes retrograde in Aries also on Friday. So I really want to hone in on Venus moving into Gemini. Venus is balance, Gemini is communication. So follow me with this train of thought. Just kind of entertain and play with it. Play with the idea that we are divine children of God. And as those of us who read the Bible have learned from the Bible, God spoke the world into existence. And as divine children of God, we speak our own world into existence. Play with that idea. It is the keynote of the Soul Sister channel. After all, life is lived from the inside out. The power of the word, the power of the thought. Thoughts are things. Every thought that we have goes out from us and attracts other thoughts like itself and brings it back to us. So, if our thoughts are positive, we will tend to bring back positive energy. If our thoughts are negative, yes, we're going to tend to attract negative energy. We create our own reality. Play with this idea. We create our own reality, whether consciously or not. And this week, we are going to focus on our word and our thoughts. We are really going to pay attention to how we use our words and thoughts to create our reality. And I'm going to tell you what, if we do this exercise, if we really pay attention, we're going to find out that we put out a lot of shit. If we have a lot of shit in our lives, we're putting it out there. We're attracting it. Now, I want to bring this also. Our thoughts don't actually change maybe the outer world. We can't change what we cannot control, correct? But we can change our relationship and our perspective to it. So, in a nutshell, we can still be in peace and harmony. We can still be happy, even though the world is burning down all around us. Yay! Let's go up in flames. I mean, that's a little drastic, but we can't always control outer events, but we have complete control over our inner life, over our thoughts, over our words, over our deeds. This week, make sure that the words that we speak are our truth. We're not compromising ourselves. We're not putting words out there just to make ourselves look better or to fit in. We're not compromising our truth for others. We can handle disagreements in a sensitive, honoring way. But we are going to really, really be focused on our thoughts and our words. And our deeds follow our thoughts and our words. So we will pay attention to our deeds as well, but really pay attention to those thoughts. And what's really important now, especially with Neptune moving into Neptune going retrograde in Aries on Friday as well, we need to really get that communication going with our higher self. So our other challenge. Our other homework this week is to make sure we're taking time every single day to quiet and center, however that looks like to us, with our higher self, with God, with spirit, whatever we want to call it, to make sure that communication line remains open. Because we need that energy to manifest the life that we want, to manifest that life of our genes, the life of our dreams. You know, negative thoughts. Oh, I don't deserve it. We're not going to get the life of our dreams if we think like that. Now, I don't want to have the rose-colored glasses on that says, if we just think positive thoughts, we're going to live happily ever after. It's way more complicated than that, everyone. Way more complicated. It's called karma. So not only do we have our personal karma, our family karma, our societal karma, our cultural karma, the karma of humanity. So we are the embodiment of all of that. So I think it's kind of twinky winky, just to say, oh, if you think positive, life is going to be great. If we think positive, our perspective and our perception will be will be great. But is it going to keep me from getting a hip replacement? I don't think so. But it gives me the opportunity to understand the lesson behind the hip replacement. The energy that shifts when you have to be quiet and still because you can't walk. So you have to keep looking at the bigger picture. The physical may not change. It's us, our attitude, our perspective that changes. Be conscious of the word. The word will bring us balance, especially with Venus in Gemini. Our thoughts are going to be really about harmony, balancing, compromising. It's a great time to really work on our relationship, not only with ourselves by connecting with our higher self through quiet and centering meditation. It's also an important time to connect with our partner, friend, family, friends, anyone we have in a relationship with, to be able to communicate and express words and deeds that support and nurture that relationship, that doesn't demean or tear down that relationship. You know, when we put that out, when we project our own crap out there, you know what we're going to get back? More of our own crap, you guys. And if you follow the ways of Wicca, it comes back 10 times, tenfold. So make sure you're putting the good stuff out there this week. Make sure we stay positive and make sure we're conscious of every word we say. Do we need to even say anything? Gemini wants us to chat. But pay attention. Are we better served if we just keep our mouth shut and listen, like we've been talking about in the past weeks? Listen to what's being said and what isn't being said. Communication just isn't the word. It's behavior. It's environment. We can get a lot of information by being quiet and observing. So remember that this week as well. So this week, quiet, center, get that communication line going with our soul, our higher self, with God. Pay attention to every single thought we have, every single word we say, so we can consciously create the life that we want instead of allowing the world to give us its leftovers. But we're not going to be able to create the life we want if we continue to come from the perspective of unworthiness, of fear, and of lack. And there's a hell of a lot of that going on out there, isn't it? A hell of a lot going on out there. So we have to be strong enough and brave enough to push it aside and say, no, love, abundance, gratitude, only accepted here, only being given out here. So let's really pay attention. And here is the coolest thing I think of all. When we do this inner work, when we work to really get in touch with who we are, and we embrace that person that we are, we embrace and express our personality and our passion. By doing that, by working on ourselves, we are actually contributing to the healing of our entire human family. And if we're not happy with what's going on in the outer world right now, start right here, because here's where it all starts, just like the Soul Sister channel. Life is lived from the inside out, and each of us can contribute to healing and making the world a better place by doing our work on ourselves this week. Good stuff. Venus and Gemini, be alert for romance. We'll be out buzzing around. Just make sure it's a relationship that supports and nurtures us and helps bring balance. Because it's so buzzy with Gemini, we might either perceive something incorrectly, or we might be told a little story, or this relationship might not be what we think it is. So pay attention to that, especially with Neptune in Aries retrograde. Yeah, there could be some illusions and delusions out there this week, but there is romance. Again, just be conscious. Thoughts, words, deeds. Really pay attention. And with these new relationship possibilities, pay attention to the gut too. Our intuition, because we've been working on our connection with our higher self, will communicate with us whether this is a good one or better not. Run to the hills. Okay, we have that going on as well. And just a little put it out there, with Neptune in Aries going retrograde on Friday, the outer world may be showing us a little surprise upheaval this week as well. So I don't know what it is, but there could be that. So that's the week ahead. Be conscious. Every thought, every word, every deed. Remember that what we put out there comes back to us, in some instances, in tenfold. So make sure we're only putting out the good stuff this week. Be conscious of what we say, what we think, what we do. We're going to get started like we always do. No, we're not, because date night. I forgot that the other week, and I'm going to forget it again. Date night, we have the moon in Scorpio. So we have Venus moving into Gemini on Friday, followed up with the moon in Scorpio, which is very intense, very powerful, and very sexual, very healing, very destructive. So it all depends on us. Maybe we have some kind of passionate attachment with one of these new relationships. We are really turned on, man. They are really ringing our chime, something like that. If we are in a current relationship, it's a great night. It's with that moon in Scorpio. Express our deep feelings of love. And of course, Scorpio is always about sex. So there could be some really great passionate sex on Saturday night. Also with friends and families, no great passionate sex. Ew, I hope not. But also, make sure we're telling our friends and family how much they mean to us. And you know what would be fun to do? Because it's Scorpio with friends and family. We could go do a murder mystery dinner or an escape room, something like that. That's Scorpio activity right there. Okay, let's get started like we always do by becoming balanced, aligned, connected with our higher selves. We'll take our 3 deep cleansing breaths, then we'll say our Sun in Cancer affirmation. Let's take our 3 deep cleansing breaths. Let's take the first one. On this first deep cleansing breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our physical etheric bodies. Second breath. On the second breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our emotional astral bodies. One more. On this third deep cleansing breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our mental bodies, both higher and lower. We see all the disease, all the darkness, all the negativity and toxicity. It's all flowing out of our bodies, just flowing away to wherever it came from. And in its place, we're being filled with this beautiful light, made up of light, white light, love, and goodwill. Not only does this light fill all of our bodies, it also is protecting us. It's deflecting all evil, all low vibration, all negativity back to its source. While we're in this space of white light connected with our higher self, we will say our Sun in Cancer affirmation. As above, so below. I hold the entire universe within me, and from that place I grow and glow. We'll say the affirmation. We'll stay in this space of white light connected with our higher selves for 5 seconds. Let's say it together. As above, so below. I hold the entire universe within me, and from that place I grow and glow. Good, good. Yeah, now finally, we have a good week for our Cancer affirmation. It really fits into this week of really understanding that everything is within. All existence is held within us. And it's from that space within that we create our lives in this outer world, whether consciously or not. On the Soul Sister channel, we're going to do it consciously because we're creating the lives we want. Yeah, baby. Come see me on Facebook at Soul Sister Cat for my daily inspirational messages and my interesting memes. And remember the keynote of the Soul Sister channel, life is lived from the inside out. Make it a great week. Watch your thoughts. Watch your words. Always come from love, abundance, and gratitude this week. Nothing else. Namaste.